So welcome to the Digital Skills Career Certificates webinar hosted by Pathstream and FAMU. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what Pathstream is, the certificates that we have partnered with FAMU to provide, and then we're going to do a quick demo of the platform and also make sure to get to all of your questions. So very quickly, my name is Lauren Pizer. I am the VP of Learning Experience at Pathstream, and I've worked really closely with the learning designers at Pathstream to develop all of this content that we're going to be talking about today, all of our certificate programs. But you might be wondering kind of what is Pathstream? What is this relationship between FAMU and Pathstream? And so Pathstream has partnered with FAMU to deliver these professional development programs that I'm going to talk about today. And these are really certificates that are aligned with digital skills that top employers need today. And so our curriculum that we've developed is constantly updated. It was designed in collaboration with Asana and Facebook and Tableau and Salesforce. And so it's really teaching the tools to provide you with a credential that's valuable in the job market. And that's really the reason why FAMU has decided to partner with Pathstream to provide these programs to their students. So I mentioned the word digital skills, but what am I really talking about here? So all of our programs I'm going to talk about today teach you really critical digital skills for relevant jobs and industries in today's job market. And so today I'm going to be talking about 4 programs: the Facebook Digital Marketing Certificate, the Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate, the Asana Project Management Certificate, and the Tableau Data Analytics Certificate. And all of these are teaching you critical digital skills that are really relevant and valuable in the job market. And so these digital skills are aligned with fast-growing industries, with jobs that really just pay more than non-digital skills roles. So the platform, if you enroll in one of our programs, the platform that you will use to learn this material is really tool-based, which what I mean by that is that you're going to be, if you're in our Salesforce program, you're going to actually be using Salesforce to complete the material. If you're in our data analytics program, you're going to be using SQL and Tableau and spreadsheets to complete the program. And you're going to be doing that through hands-on labs environment, which I'm actually going to show you today, but it gives you an opportunity to actually use the tools within the classroom setting of Pathstream. And finally, you will get personalized feedback from your instructor on the projects that you do in these courses, because all of our programs are project-based, which means that you will do projects to pass a certificate, not just take tests. So each of the programs that I'm going to talk about today are 3 courses long. And these are designed to prepare you for that growing career area that we've been talking about. So when you graduate from our programs, you will earn a certificate from Florida A&M University, and you will also receive career services from Pathstream at no additional cost to you. So within the cost of the program, which I'll tell you what it is today, these career services are included as part of that package. And these career services there's a lot of them. So as soon as you sign up and you start the first course, we will be sending you job opportunities in your aligned field into your inbox, into your email. We're also, in the final course, going to be meeting with you one-on-one to do career coaching, resume review, LinkedIn review, refer you to some of our employer partners, and really just help you to get that job or whatever goal it is that you have. Maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's a new job, but you're going to have that one-on-one career coach to work with you. So as I mentioned, we have these 4 programs that I'm going to talk about today. In each of these programs, we cover really core topics that are relevant to that field. And I'm actually going to go into more depth on each of these, so no need to memorize this slide. But what I want you to know are some kind of core details that are the same across all of these programs. So each one of these programs is 3 courses long, and that could take anywhere from 18 weeks to 27 weeks to do the entire certificate. And the reason why it's arranged is because some courses are longer than other courses, but you'll know that, this is the amount of time that it takes to complete the coursework. These programs are self-paced, which means that there's no specific time that you have to log in order to complete your coursework. If you want to work on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, that's totally fine. If you want to just work on Saturdays or Sundays, that's also great. So what's amazing is that you can set your own schedule, but you do need to complete certain coursework within a certain period of time. As I mentioned, you will also have an instructor. And so that instructor is not necessarily giving lectures, but really more being available to you for questions, to meet for one-on-one conversations, and to grade your projects. And finally, when you complete the certificate, you will earn this badge and a certificate that you can put on LinkedIn, you can bring to your resume, that is from Florida A&M University. So here are just some testimonials from students that have really enjoyed Pathstream, because you are not the first ones to be taking this program. So students really enjoy the labs environment, which I'm going to show you today. They like the ability to learn something and then test your knowledge in projects and labs. So there's just a lot of really strong testimonials and strong experiences that we've seen from our students over the years. So now I'm going to go into depth on each program that we offer. And so the first is the Tableau Data Analytics Certificate. And this program is aligned with a really strong job demand. So we see that we're expecting about a 30% growth in jobs requiring Tableau skills, and just millions of jobs being posted for data analysts in the last few months. And this is just a testament to the strong data analytics industry. But, we do have students that pursue a career in data analytics after this program, but others that just apply it to their existing skill set, right? Because so many roles today require some level of data analysis or data manipulation. So we see students kind of go on to do lots of different things after this program, but it's really geared for people that want to become a data analyst or a business analyst. And there's also some optional exams that are out there in the world that all of our certificates are aligned to. And I'm going to go through each of these exams, but one of them is the Tableau Desktop Specialist exam, which is an exam offered by Tableau. It's not offered by Pathstream. But if you want to take that exam to add something additional to your resume, our courses are aligned to that exam. So you take our courses, you pass our certificate, you can go on and take that exam if you'd like. So for people that want to look a little bit more deeply into what is taught in this program, this data analytics program, you can see these are the learning outcomes for each of the 3 courses. So this is what's covered. In the first course, we really focus on business analytics, and we focus on spreadsheet software to clean and manipulate and analyze data. In the second course, you're going to be using the tool SQL, which is a more advanced analytics tool. And you're going to be using this to also manipulate and sort and extract insights from data. In the third course, you're going to be focusing on data visualization. And that's really where the Tableau tool is going to come into play. And so you're going to use Tableau to visualize data and visualize insights for different stakeholders. So if you have questions about the Tableau program, please put them in the Q&A, and I will be sure to get to them at the end. But the second program I want to talk about is the Salesforce Administrator Career Certificate. And so this program is also aligned to really, really strong job demand in the areas of CRM administration. And I'm going to explain kind of what Salesforce is, but this is a growing industry where we're seeing more and more jobs are going to require some knowledge of Salesforce. This is also one of those skills that even if your title doesn't include the word Salesforce, it's likely that your organization that you work for uses some sort of a CRM. So knowing how to use CRM is really important. So when I say CRM, what I mean is a customer relationship management system. And Salesforce is the most popular CRM in the country. And so this is a system that is used to manage relationships with customers, usually through sales processes, but can also be just any type of customer. And so when you are learning Salesforce, you're really learning how to build and manipulate these customer relationship management systems. And so students after this program pursue roles like Salesforce administrator is one title, sales representative, sales operations manager. There's all sorts of roles here that this certificate is aligned to. And also importantly, this certification is aligned to an exam offered directly by Salesforce called the Salesforce Administrator Credential Exam. And that's a great exam to take. Another thing to add to your resume, like I was mentioning with Tableau, but it's optional. You don't have to do it, but it's something that I would say is a big value add. And this certificate is preparing you for that exam. So I want to take a minute to explain what a Salesforce administrator is. So Salesforce administrators, as I said, kind of mentioned and alluded to, they manage those relationships with customers. They're not necessarily the people that are talking to the customers, but they're managing the software that tracks those relationships and those touch points with customers. So a lot of times Salesforce admins are creating processes and automations to make sure that the sales flow is optimized. They're maintaining databases. They're basically kind of responsible for managing this Salesforce system for a business. And so it's a very hands-on role with a software. It is compensated very well, and it's a growing area for businesses today. And what I like to say is that Salesforce administrators, like data analysts, are needed in any industry. So it's not just like Salesforce people are used in certain types of businesses. They're used in healthcare, in education, in energy, in sports. It's really across the board. And so for those that want that deeper dive into example learning outcomes, you can see here that course 1 is focused on CRM for business. And so students are building reports and charts to communicate relevant information about the sales process and sales performance. The second course is focused on Sales Cloud features, which is a feature within Salesforce, and building custom Salesforce apps. And the third course is really focused on advanced topics in Salesforce. So Sales and Service Cloud, and configuring advanced reporting and analytics tools. So this is a great area to look into in a little bit more depth. And we have some material on our YouTube page that kind of explains more about what Salesforce is, but this is a really growing area to look into. All right, so moving on to the Asana Project Management Certificate. This is the third of 4 certificates that I want to talk about today. So like all of our other programs, project management is a growing digital skills area. So we're seeing a projected 40% growth in this area. And I think I've said this already, but I think it's really important to note, especially with Salesforce or especially with Asana, that there are so many job titles that don't include the word project management in them, but use these skills. And so if you're almost in any role today, I'm sure you could benefit from learning project management and applying that to your business or the organization you work for. And so after this program, students often pursue project management roles, project coordinator roles, but sometimes people just integrate it into their current skill set in whatever job title they hold currently. And importantly, this certification is aligned to an exam, like all of our other ones, and this is called the CAPM exam. So this is not offered by Pathstream again, but it is a relevant exam to add to your resume to kind of just show that you really know your project management skills. So some example learning outcomes. The first course in this certificate focuses on the foundations of project management. So how to prepare a project charter, how to create a stakeholder register and an engagement plan and a scope statement. And the second course really kind of goes into more use of effective project planning. So you might be developing a communication plan, a budget for a project, and you're doing all of this using Asana, which is a software that is used for project management. And so, a lot of companies are using software to manage their projects because it creates visibility across the company. It helps people be on the same page. And Asana is a popular software out there for project managers. And this course teaches things using Asana as one of the tools. And then the third course focuses on risk and quality management, which is more advanced topics in project management, but very, very important. All right. And so last but not least, I want to touch on the Facebook Digital Marketing Certificate. And so no surprise here, lots of demand for digital marketing today because over 50% of all marketing expenditure in the US is going to digital marketing versus more traditional marketing efforts. So this is just showing the need within businesses for more and more professionals that know social media, that know content creation, that know marketing analytics. And so after this program, students go on to a variety of roles in digital marketing. So that could be a marketing coordinator, a marketing specialist, a social media marketer. There's a lot of options here. And I really think that this is one of those skills that kind of introduces you broadly to marketing and that allows you to then kind of specialize a little bit more from there. So the first course in this certificate is really focused on foundations of marketing. And so you're going to learn some traditional marketing terms like a SWOT analysis, the 4Ps, brand positioning, unique value propositions. And you're actually going to be developing a marketing plan for a company of your choice in this first course. In the second course, you are focused on marketing analytics. And so this is basically the intersection of digital marketing and data analysis. And so you're going to be using Google Sheets to interpret the results of A/B tests, to calculate various marketing metrics. And also you'll be using Google Analytics, which is an important tool in marketing analytics. In the third course, we're all focused on social media. And so you're going to be learning about Facebook Ads Manager specifically in order to create and launch an ad. And so this is a really applicable course, obviously in today's world, but we're really focused on Facebook Ads Manager and creating and launching ads through that platform. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to switch over my screen and I'm going to show you a little bit of what it looks like to be a Pathstream student, because I think that's a really important part of making this decision for yourself. And then after that, we're going to come back to the slides and I'm going to show you more information about the cost of the program and when the next start date is. So I'm going to switch over here. And so what I'm showing you right here is this is the Pathstream platform. And this is the SQL for Analytics program. And so this is just the second course in that 3-course series on data analytics. And you can see that all of the content here is laid out into sections. So this is section 3 focused on DML querying, and there's these lessons within that, right? And what I think is great is that we kind of try to give you a time estimate of how much these lessons are going to take. And your instructor is going to be there to say, okay, this week you're going to focus on section 3 and section 4, but it's up to you when you want to do that work. So that's really the flexibility and the self-pacing aspect of the program that I think is really great. So if we click in to one of these lessons here, you'll see that the content is really a mix of short text, some images, and what we call knowledge checks. So a knowledge check is like a little quick quiz. It's not graded, but it gives you an opportunity to assess your understanding of a topic, which I think is really important because I want this to be a very active learning experience for students, not passive where they're just sitting and watching videos and reading. So there's also short videos throughout the experience. Here's an example of a video, but the whole course is not video-based. There are interactive images to kind of learn and understand the different technology platforms you're going to be introduced to. And here's another example of one of those knowledge checks. But when you get to the end of pretty much every lesson, there is what's called a lab. And that's what I was telling you about earlier on, that these are these really interactive opportunities to use the software that you're going to need to use on the job. And so you can see here, I have one loaded up. This is a lab in SQL. And so what's happening here is on the left-hand side, you're getting a series of instructions with, how to use the software on the right-hand side. So this over here is actually SQL. So this is an analysis tool software that you would use in the workplace, and you can manipulate this. You can run queries here. And on the left-hand side, you're getting the instructions on how to do that, right? So it's sort of like a learn by doing environment right inside of the Pathstream platform. And I think that's just that's just sort of my belief on the best way to learn technical skills is to learn by doing.